Okay, I'm Brian, W0DZ, president of DZ Company, LLC, also known as DZ Kit. We are the new Heath Kit. Our first product is the Sienna Hf Transceiver Kit, and it's a full-blown soldering required kit, but we do load all the surface mount parts for you. So I know a lot of people come up and look at the radio and they say, oh, it's way too complicated, I couldn't possibly build that. And the reality is that the cables are pre-assembled, the surface mount parts are preloaded, and it takes about 50 hours in reasonable chunks to build the kit. So let's look at what it can do. Okay, Sienna is a modular transceiver, so a lot of what you see here you can buy in any combination. The front panel, the embedded PC, the 10-watt transmitter, the antenna tuner, and the 100-watt amplifier, and a lot of crystal filters are all optional. So you can start with a blank front panel, no knobs or display or anything, and run the thing from an external PC, or you can even add an internal PC and run it from that. But whatever you get, you can always add any of the other pieces. This is the receiver compartment. It has the receiver board on top. There's a bandpass filter and preamp board underneath it, and there's an IF filter board underneath that with crystal filters and Collins mechanical filters that can be snapped in from the bottom of the chassis. This is the 10-watt transmitter. It's an all-mode AM, FM, CW sideband transmitter. We'll actually put out about 20 watts, but we limit it to 10 in the software. This is the antenna tuner over here. Not only does it have the capability of being an automatic tuner, but you can put the thing in a manual mode and step through the various combinations of inductance and capacitance yourself while watching a meter so that your human eyeball can see things that the internal automatic tuner algorithm might not be able to catch. This section here of what we call the DCD board is the DC power conditioning and voltage regulators. So the first thing you do when you build this radio is you assemble the chassis, and then you build this section of the board which provides power to all the other boards. So the first step, and this is a fairly easy board to build, at that point you're able to put a voltmeter on the connectors and verify that the voltages are what you expect. And then if you've purchased the front panel, you build the front panel board, which is a very simple board, and you snap the pre-assembled and tested controller board onto it, add the meters and the vacuum fluorescent display, the rotary pulse generators. You snap all that together. That only takes a couple of hours. So within the first maybe 4 hours after you get the kit, you have a front panel and power working. If you buy the PC, that would be the next step, and you put the PC in there. So that's a fully assembled product that we resell from Advantech Corporation. And so if you have the PC in there, you haven't really done anything very hard yet as far as soldering, and you have a radio that it won't transmit or receive, but it will at least turn on and let you play with it and see what you can do. Then you build the IF filter board, which is the simplest board, the RF bandpass filters and preamps, which is a little bit harder, and the receiver, which is probably the hardest of the three. Each one of those takes about 4 hours to build by a typical, fairly knowledgeable kit builder. The transmitter, the 10-watt transmitter, takes 12 hours all by itself. It's the most complicated. And then after that, you would do the 100-watt amplifier, which is underneath this tray. The tray can be rotated up for service to give you access to the 100-watt amplifier, and the 10-watt transmitter can be lifted out so that you can measure voltages and verify that it's working right too.